We are back for another episode of Big Six Pants for the Friday transfer update show. And obviously, I'm joined by Casey, Ethan, Corey, and Roms. No Kiers today, people. So I'm sorry for those in the comments who were waiting for Kiers, especially Marcus. I see your comments already in the chat pre-start. But listen, we are back. There's more news. There's always news. There's always Big Six Pants. You guys know what it is. Man, how are you feeling today?
I'm good, man.
Yes.
Feeling great.
Tired, but good.
Just humid, innit? The weather's hot. My club's making me hot. Just everything's hot, innit?
Everything's hot. Nah, man.
Why is your club making you hot, Roms? What's going on? You good?
Oh, bro, we're just still getting to it, but we're just
man's repping Jamaica today, not Liverpool. He's repping the
Come on, the Gold Cup's around the way. Come on, you know we got to rep the thing on.
Man. Friendly's didn't go too well against Malta on that, but you know it's all right. Like it's all right. It's working there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Damari Gray signed, sealed.
Yeah, I'm looking to see Amari Hutchison playing as well. Seeing some real ballers ball out for the team now.
Yeah,
oh yeah, he made the switch, innit?
He made the team, yeah.
Correct. We got Antonio, Amari.
No, Antonio's coming to the end, though, man. He's coming to the end.
No, but better than what we've got. Don't do that.
Better than
way better. Way better. Monto, if he's a name, how about this? If I know him, he's better than what we got. How about that? Because the fact that I just know him.
It's dangerous.
Let's keep it real.
Obviously,
centre back they have. Who's that Brentford brother? Yeah, that's it. Pinnock.
Yeah, quality.
Yeah, he's actually good though. That's the bad thing.
Yeah, Pinnock.
No, I didn't rate him. I didn't rate Pinnock till this season.
A lot of people
got fantasy points though, man. Fantasy, man. You got some points though. And then obviously you got Leon Bailey locking it down. One of the first to lock it down.
Captain. That's captain.
That's
even that Fulham brother, Dexter Daps, bro. We got Dexter Daps as well. He does his thing for them.
Yeah.
Is it Reed?
Yeah, I think we can do our thing, you know. I think we could actually do our thing this.
Obviously, as well, for man them don't know, Bobby D had over Reed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Dexter. I just call him Dexter.
You said Dexter.
Bobby. And
bring it to the
now we got to put that. I'm saying reading the 10. Bailey out right, Damari Gray coming off the left, Antonio up top, Pinnock centre back. We got a couple, bro. Like,
we could cook, bro.
We need a DM in it. We need a good DM.
Yeah, the midfields was killing me.
We've got Ravel Morrison. Stop it. We've got him. We've got
that's one new. We need a bit more. Yeah, Montel, we need a bit more.
Wait, Ravel Morrison's like 30, bro.
He's Zaha's age. Remember they're the same age.
Yeah, but he ain't been playing like that. Like he ain't been cooking like that. Do you know what I mean?
You know who we have this role? That Wash Palace defender. What's his name? He used to play for Palace. I can't remember the name from the top of my head, but he's washed. But he played. I see him in the picture. Yeah. Mariappa.
That's it,
Mariappa. Oh, yeah, that's brought my excitement.
He was in the squad for Istanbul. That is how old he is, bro.
Yeah, bro. That is mad.
You say you think we'll make World Cup then?
I think we'll make the next World Cup. Like I'm looking at the squad in that. I reckon we'll make the next World Cup still.
Yeah.
To be fair,
and plus they expanded it, innit? They added teams. Yeah.
And then to be fair, Italy teams like there's always one shocker with the World Cup, innit? Italy didn't make it.
We've got a couple other man, Shamar Nicholson, if man them know.
I don't know. That's the Lanky, isn't it?
Lanky for Moscow. Yeah. Lanky. Bro, there's a couple, you know what I'm saying? Listen, Ravel Morrison holding it down. We might even have to play a couple wingers CM because they'll probably be better than the CMs we have. You know them ones there. But you got to play if you're playing in the Prem, play in the middle of the park. Checking your shoulders and then you're playing in the middle of the park, innit? You know what I'm saying? The one academy that comes to your team is a striker, but he's playing centre mid today. You know what I'm saying? Like how John Cush sometimes plays centre back. You know the ones there when they have to get put centre back sometimes.
We need a keeper as well. Who's our keeper? I don't even know.
I don't know.
God knows.
We need a keeper, fam. That is dangerous. They're gonna be legging shots at us. It's gonna be going straight through every time.
I can't lie, when I say far, we'll probably make that course because the minute you verse Mexico, Canada, USA, It's done.
It's Chile in there. It's Chile in the World Cup as well. Chile in there.
Wait, who?
Chile. It's South America, no?
It's weird. It's like Central America. Yeah, and I think some get invited. It's a weird. I don't really understand it. I just always know it's Canada. It's just all the teams around America. That's how I base it off. You know?
Anyway, listen, just up the reggae boys, isn't it? Just up the reggae boys.
Up them.
Up the reggae boys. Listen, but people, 60 people in the house already. Make sure you, man, smash the like button. What are we saying for the like total today? We're already on 30 likes. I'm saying for a like total, a stiff 125 likes today.
Must count.
Let me know.
Mason Mount, 55 M's.
Chat, let me know. Let me know, man. Let me know, people.
Hey, man.
I'm saying, what you say, 165 like scores? 165?
No, 155. 155.
155. Oh, yeah, without the ads.
Yeah, brother.
No, that's with the add-ons.
It's with the add-ons.
Oh, so it's 50 plus 5 in add-ons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting there. Yeah.
It's just so cheeky. It's just cheeky.
155.
Love that, Corey. Love that. But listen, smash the like button. Big up Mark. He says bold statements were made in yesterday's stream by a certain guy that just know that have been documented. He says we are in the Arsenal era. They have just landed their top target, Rice. They have more pull than Liverpool. We'll finish above Liverpool. Arteta will make Havertz a different player. Best project around. Full stop. Marcus, you got no reason to be backing me. You're a United fan, G. But I hear it.
No, he wasn't backing us. That's the quotes that he has of what Keir said.
Yeah, because
he's being sarcastic, innit?
No, yeah, exactly. He doesn't like. He's saying that he's outrageous in what he's saying.
Yeah, he's basically saying he don't agree with kids. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. I know that's hard from a United fan. To process, Casey. I know that was hard for you to
I know he doesn't agree with kids, bro. Most of you man don't agree with us. It's not. This is nothing new.
Oh, it's us.
I'm used
you
to
did
it.
Casey, is it us?
I thought you could
as in Arsenal fans. As in Arsenal fans. As in Arsenal fans. Nice try, bro.
You need to know
nice try, bro. I said us.
Got him. We fucking got him.
You know I refer to Arsenal as me. Like I say me when I speak about Arsenal. Yeah. So there's nothing new. Nice try though. I like the way you tried that one.
Joined by the hip hop. Hear it though. 5 minutes late, Bant's cooking up a feast. Yeah, man, we're always cooking up a feast, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up Crunking. He says Liz is ducking. Kiers needed to go to the mount. Kiers needed to go to the mountains to get his head together. People. Trouble afoot. A Yardman attack. You already know what it is. RH11. Big up. Klarna FC has Kiers going MIA installments for Rice. Do not kill me. Big up Capo. Low Fat Mofa says Phillips to West Ham and to Cash Rice to City. David Ornstein. What is he? Was he say that? Ornstein ain't said that. I ain't seen that. Big up RK as well. Kiers obviously in the house saying big up everyone. I'll be back on Sunday for that Rice to Arsenal bomber. Don't kill me. Big up yourself, bro. Man said Dexter Daps has finished me. Jordan Brown says 1,000 likes. Hey, listen, if anyone's gonna make it happen, it's you lot, man. I would like to send my application to be a Big Six Fans member so that I can be as shameless as Kiers as Casey.
Bro, we're not even shameless, G. We're real, but you'll get it. Over time, you'll clock.
Real.
It takes everyone time. I remember when I said the famous Stamford Bridge comment, and I was seen as deluded. I was seen as I got attacked in the comments. I got told what you're talking about.
I was in the studio, innit?
Correct. I'm glad you remember.
I remember.
Man, were trying to grab me for saying, "What am I talking about?" And since that very day, they have not beat me. Since that day.
Yeah, I get it. That was one of your many one of the takes that actually come true. You know what I'm saying? That come through. Fair enough.
Mons is doing the cheeky one. If you put out enough takes, man will.
Yeah, you put out enough, bro. It's again, availability is the best ability. One of them is gonna come through. You see it?
What are you saying? A broken clock's always right once.
First topic of the day. Well, I'll run through a few of them. Obviously, Timber to Arsenal is close. Of course, closed in on that move. Fabio Carvalho is confirmed to go on loan to RB Leipzig from Liverpool. Manchester United have placed their third and final bid for Mason Mount, and obviously Sandro Tonali has now been given. So Newcastle have signed a very good midfielder. Probably the best sign in this window so far, if I'm honest. So
better than
no, in the Premier.
I think it's a good signing, but I think it won't bang as much as we think it will. I just feel like there's not many Italians that beat off in the Prem in general.
Well, we'll have to see. I think we looked at Isak, who had a bad season before. I think Eddie Howe, with what he's doing, he can make it work, man. But we'll get into that. Obviously, first, we're going to talk about Mason Mount and this final bid from Manchester United. So, Corey, obviously, we'll let you take this away. Again, how are you feeling about this bid? I know you're not over the moon about the signing.
I'll be honest.
Kind of getting tired of this saga now.
Yeah, I can't lie. The problem is I don't see, as I said already, I spoke to you guys about it last night. With Mount, I don't see him more than a 30 M's player. For me, I think you can find his qualities in the Championship. I'll be real.
In the Championship?
Championship. And
on a Sander Berg type
I'm not impressed, innit? I'm not impressed, huh?
On a Sander Berg type beat.
Bro. I'll be honest.
He's in the Championship.
Hopefully he turns up and does well. 55 M's is a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear it.
You need to produce. You need to produce. We're on an upward hill at this moment in time. So you coming in, you need to make it go. You need to make it go higher. And if you're not doing that, then you're not really worth my time, if I'm being honest. So I'm happy for him to come. Who won't complain? But I need results.
Does he start for you? Because if you're spending 55 million,
I don't even think he starts for us. That's what's crazy. I don't think he goes into the team straight away.
Who do you think starts over Eriksen?
I still think Eriksen starts, yeah. I think it depends on the team as well. If we're facing a team that, like a leggy midfield team, I think Mount starts. Because Eriksen ain't got legs like that. I just need to judge Mount's technical ability. Like, I need to see it in my team for me to say, cool, you can do this. Right now, I don't know. He barely played last season. I don't know where he's at.
Obviously, it was due to injury. I think a new start is what Mount needs. I think he can do well at a number of Premier League teams. I don't think he'll be a world beater. I think he'd do well at Liverpool. I think he'd do well at Arsenal. I think with United, it just depends on how you want to play. I think if you guys are on your counter-attacking wave, on your spicy Ollie thing, then it's not that. But if you don't want to start dominating possession, I can see where Mount can actually do a thing for you, man. In my opinion, I think when it comes to counter-attacks and where your decision making has to be good, I'd rather someone like Sancho in transition. You say what you like about Sancho in transition. The boy can play in transition. When it maybe just drop a shoulder and move the ball when needed. Say what you like about Eriksen being slow, but in transition, the man knows how to play. He can play, man. So with Mount, I feel like he'd waste a lot of transitions for you, and you already have Bruno, who kind of does that.
Yeah. Bruno who does that for me.
So that's my take. I don't know, Romsey, chime in. I don't know that's how I feel about the signing. You're mute. You're mute.
I can't remember because adding on to what you said, Mont, I think Flores even said it a couple of weeks ago that I think you're spot on, Mont. If you're trying to control a game and whatnot, you will kind of suit United, but you don't mainly play on the counter. I know Ten Hag's trying to slowly change that, but I feel like Bruno, for me, is quite erratic as it is. Gets the ball, it's like hot potato, just try and get out from his feet as quick as possible, yeah. I think Mount's similar to that, and I think it was Flores that was saying, Flores, if you're watching, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have that single pivot with Casemiro and then them two in front, for me, you're just asking for trouble, especially against the better teams. So, and one thing I probably disagree with you, Corey, as well. I do think he starts. For that money, I do think he starts. Like you said, maybe against against the Leicester team.
Ericsson goes to the bench.
Yeah, maybe
it'll be him. It'll be him. Them three. You know who it is? Bruno, Cassie, Mount. That'll be
Mount.
on midfield.
Yeah, I think against the weak, let's say a Luton at Old Trafford or a Bournemouth, I think Mount could maybe drop to the bench and then Ericsson probably comes in. But I think against the better teams, I think Mount starts. And as rival fans, I think that plays into our hands because if I see a United team against us, let's say at Anfield, and they're starting Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno, licking my lips still. Cause in the middle, that just for me, that's too open. It's too erratic. There's no real control in that midfield. You know what I mean? And I rate Mount, but I think Mont's hit the nail in the head. For Arsenal or Liverpool, he suits more. But that United team, don't know, man.
Big up, I agree. To be fair, UK Drilly as well. Appreciate you for the £2 super sticker, my bro. Obviously been supporting from day. You know what I'm saying? So and still supporting even now. You know what I'm saying? So big up yourself and hope obviously your Friday and your weekend is gonna go very well. And for everyone else as well, man. E, what are you thinking about the mountain? Because obviously I know when he was linked to Arsenal originally, you had a few things to say about that one. With United, that's looking like it's getting over.
I've always rated Mount. I just think he had a bad season at Chelsea. But man, don't forget he gets A, his GA up, and B, he's sly effective. Like he's influential. So when you've got Bruno and Mount, I don't know how you guys want to play, but bro, that's quite an impact in the midfield. I don't know how. To be honest, there's a lot of question marks because supposedly Ten Hag was doing makeshift to try and get results and play a certain way which he didn't want to play. And then he's gone and signed Mount. Like, I don't get it. I don't get. There's several question marks around that one, isn't it? Then of course, what
I don't understand either. Like, I don't really get it. When we got Anthony, I knew that he wanted people like our players to hold up the ball at the top and bring certain players into the game. Which I can kind of see with Anthony. When he brought in Martinez, you wanted more control in the back. You didn't want it to be a hit far type of thing. You wanted us to pass the ball through the midfield and actually start to get some strings of passes. With Malacia, he just looked like a youth player that he saw potential in. Ericsson, you wanted a bit more control in the midfield with Ericsson as well. With this one, I'm not understanding what Mount, like what Mount's gonna bring that we don't already have.
I think he's a good ball carrier at times, though. That's what I would say. So where you don't really have dribblers in your midfield, Mount could bring the ball forward in it, like possessionly. You don't really have dribbling midfielders. You got Ericsson.
Ball carriers.
No, but Ericsson's too slow to do the ball carrying too.
There you go. Maybe that's what Mount is.
Hopefully,
Ericsson could turn a man, but then you could get caught. Like,
transition is too slow. I can't get that goal that Saka scored against him out of my head. Like, I generally can't get it out of my head because, bro,
too slow.
Like stuff like that in the champs.
Yeah,
got stung, man. You can get stung.
Even in the
Prem. Let me hit some of the comments on what you guys feel on some of this Mason Mount stuff. Mason Mount, decent, far above championship level player, says Aidan Andrews. Mount hasn't played a midfield role since 1920. Big risk. Yeah, because he's been playing off the right. He's been playing all over the place. Mount ain't a ball carrier. He's not Kova. You cannot keep the ball with Rashford, Mount, Bruno, Rashford, Mount, and Bruno starting.
Bro, it's nuts.
It's true though.
Rodri, Rice, double pivot, Pepe smashing another treble. On paper, Bruno and Mount stink. On paper, by the way. Speaking facts, says Monts, Liverpool play donkey football, and that's the reason why Liverpool have the lowest fan base among the top 4 clubs in Africa, America, which is 2 days lived mostly. Being deluded.
You know what I deep, Monts? Big up speaking facts, but his Liverpool agenda is massive.
Speaking about Liverpool, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. And his name is Speaking Facts. That's what's so ironic about it as well. Speaking Facts. Big up though. Marcus says we have Pogba playing in the double pivot or left wing with Bruno. Bruno doesn't play a number 8. I cannot see us playing a 4-3-3. Even Ericsson is playing in a double. Even Ericsson is playing in a double pivot. It's difficult. I don't really see what. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really see what Ten Hag's cooking with dismounting in it. If he does, listen. If it beats off, it beats off. I don't really see it. I don't see it. Like what? Is he there to get GA? Is he there to be a ball carrier? Is he there to keep it ticking? Is he there to be effective on the counter? I don't know the thought process. I can't see the thought process behind this Mount signing. For me, you get Sabitzer fit enough, you've saved yourself 55 million. Anyone disagree with that?
I think he's better than Sabitzer though. I do think Mount's better than Sabitzer though. I can't lie, I'm thinking about it.
Wait,
attacking wise maybe, but not defensively.
Yeah,
I first Sabitzer.
Like he was loan. Yeah, it was a loan. Yeah, loan. But he wanted to stay in it.
Okay.
Well,
it's one of those ones, isn't it? It's a difficult one, but I think at the end of the day, we'll just have to see if it works out. 55 million worth the amount.
55 million.
Like, chat, let me know. What do you guys value Mason Mount at right now? What do you guys value Mason Mount at? Because
I value it 30 M's, I'll be real.
30 M's? That's low. It's English, bro. English, homegrown quota. Do you reckon it's homegrown quota as to why you're bringing him in as well? Do you reckon that's played a part into why you actually bring him
in? It could be.
Yeah. Could be. You know what I'm saying?
It's nice that he rejected Chelsea and Arsenal. You know, that's a bit nice to see.
And you're including Chelsea in.
That's so shameless.
Hold on a second. Chelsea offered him a new deal. He said, "Nah."
Yeah, no, but we don't.
What did I offer him? Wait, Corey, what did I offer him?
Yeah. What? Hold on, Corey. Casey, I got this. What concrete interest did Arsenal have in him?
Yeah. What do you mean? Did I do?
I'll show you. I'll bring up the tweet, bro. It says he rejected Liverpool. Not Liverpool. So he
rejected. No. What did I offer him? Where was my offer?
He said that. 1 second. Give me a second, bro. I'll bring it up.
It's fine. It's fine. Now, if Mason Mount rejected Arsenal, then McAllister.
It literally says it, bro.
Can we agree with that, Corey? If Mason Mount rejected Arsenal, then McAllister rejected United.
Just that Steinberg, brother.
You can go off that if you want to.
No. Not if I want to. We're going off of the logic that you were laughing at.
Wait, sorry. In the tweet, did it say McAllister rejected United?
What tweet? Did it say that? But what tweet though?
That's what I'm saying. I got the tweet, bro. I'll bring it up. I know. I've seen it many times.
Steinberg.
Maybe Steinberg, yeah.
Bro, sorry. I said this yesterday. I'm assuming he's a journalist, but is he credible? Like, I had never heard of Steinberg before yesterday. I'll be so honest.
Jacob Steinberg, I think he's for the
London made it a thing, innit? These lot of made
Bro, you see the last half an hour? The last half an hour of yesterday's stream, you lot must have said his name over 50 times. I swear it down.
Yeah, no, because people in the chat kept making up tweets and then putting his name at the end.
Yeah.
Like, they just kept saying shit like random stuff and then putting Jacob Steinberg at the end.
I'm dead.
So just to take the piss. It's just
but it's because of the way kids said Steinberg, obviously, like, you get it, and that's why people just started, yeah. But anywho, Corey, like, when you find that tweet, please send it.
I'll send it.
That's something
I'll send that. Don't worry.
Because there was also plenty of tweets of Manchester United and McAllister.
Like, bro, I'm sorry, you know, Corey could probably find a tweet where someone said Arsenal were rejected, but I want to know where was the offer, because that's rejection to me. If I make an offer and you say no, that's rejection.
No, but you can also favor a move. But you can favor a move to another club and make strong interest from someone else. You can do that.
Yeah, and that. But I don't think it ever said Arsenal was strongly, or even Arteta. Like, this Rice one's come out.
You were linked to Mount before United, bro. You were linked to Mount before United, bro. How about this? We were linked to Mount for a little bit.
Liverpool and Arsenal were the first two.
Yeah, it was Liverpool and Arsenal.
And I just think that's because, like, Arsenal are there in it, and we need players, so we'll get linked to a Mount. But, like, personally, I don't see.
If if Dave
Bro,
Ornstein's
what's
saying,
linked though? What they said
If
I'm
Big
interested.
Dave-
What does that mean?
but Casey, if Big Dave's saying, yes,
Hmm?
Arsenal initially targeted Mount, but once it emerged that his preference was to join Manchester United, the focus shifted on Kai Havertz. What does that mean to you?
So how's that? So how's that
You
a grab?
wanted him. You wanted him. He didn't want you. He wanted us.
No, his main focus was you, probably because you gave him more bread or whatever the reason might be.
No.
But nonetheless, nonetheless, bro, I can look at. That's like me saying. That's like me going. That's like me going, bro.
That's
That's
in
that's
that part.
bro. You don't know. You're assuming that. You're assuming that all of this is
Am
the
I
case.
wrong? Am I bugging?
You gotta get no, you're not wrong, but you gotta keep the same energy. I'm not
Right.
I'm not backing you until you admit, bro. McAllister wanted Liverpool with a mixed interest of United and City. Wanted Liverpool. I'm not saying we have more.
That's the same thing, Corey. That's the same scenario.
Corey, that's what you're saying, Corey. That's what you're saying.
Bro,
That's what you're saying,
I haven't
Casey.
used the word interest. I haven't used the word interest.
Yeah, you're using the
Don't
word
use
rejection, which is too strong. Rejection is too strong.
Everyone knows interest FC's Man United. We're interested in everyone. You know that.
No, that doesn't excuse you, bro. Doesn't excuse you.
My name, like Man United, sorry, my name, you know.
How about this,
Man
McAllister?
United and interest.
How about this? You were interested in McAllister before you were interested in Mount.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
If you would have got McAllister before Mount.
Rejected Man United by all means.
I didn't say reject. I didn't say
You
rejected you. I didn't say reject. I didn't, bro. Rejected is too strong. Like as I said, I don't believe.
My one's rejection, though. That's the difference. They targeted him. He told them, "No, I want Manchester United." There's a big difference, bro. He literally told them no. So I don't want you. I want this team. Let me know what's the difference, bro. I don't understand why we're doing this. It's not even a buzz thing because it's not even like bounce this.
Coach, where's this tweet, by the way? Where's this tweet?
Say less.
Where's this tweet?
While Coach is looking for this tweet, there's 101 people in the house right now. Make sure you stop what you're doing and subscribe if you're new and smash the like button. Of course, we are halfway to the road on the road to 4,600 already. So again, people, smash that like button right now. Let's at least get to how many likes are we on now? We're on 60. We're on 59 likes. You can at least get to 75 likes ASAP. Make sure you subscribe as well if you're new to the channel, of course. So moving on to our next topic. Fabio Carvalho, Roms, this one's for you. Fabio Carvalho officially going on loan to RB Leipzig. There is no option to buy, so he will be returning to Liverpool next season. So there has been some sort of an agreement where Liverpool really want to keep the player for future reference and they don't want to let him go amidst not really playing him that much at all this season when there has been a plethora of bad performances on the pitch. We'll let the rivals speak about this one first, and then Roms, I think me and you can chime into that a little bit after. Eve, Casey, Corey, any of you can go. Fabio Carvalho came in for one season, done really well at Fulham, scored a few goals for Liverpool, but didn't play that much.
Really well as a stretch.
At Fulham.
Man,
Yeah.
Yeah. I need that Fulham team. I was about to say Liverpool. I was about to go like that.
Sorry.
No. I think it's a good approach. Go out there, on the Ahmad thing, isn't it? Just go out there, go show your stuff, and come back and try get in the team. I think that's the best way for you to actually get into a big club like Liverpool. So all the best.
But do you think he should have been playing last season anyway? Because of how bad Liverpool were, especially in the first 2/3 of that season. Do you think he should have got more game time?
100%.
Yeah. But this is the annoying
and this
thing.
is no disrespect.
That happens with so many good youngsters. Like Yachty could be playing crap. Like
but I wouldn't class him as a youth player because they bought him.
Wait. Someone said only Nunes remains from last summer signings. Who did you not sign last summer?
Nunes, Melo, Carvalho, and that's it. I want Gakpo, but that was a summer signing. That was a January signing.
Wait, something got sent into a group chat today. So basically, out of our window last year, Arthur's not at the club. Ramsey, there's some holler. Do you know what's going on with Ramsey?
He's lost his place in the team. He lost his place in the team. He got injured. When he came back from injury, he got sent off in a youth game. And we ain't seen him since. He had a back injury for a lot of the season, though. He had a back.
He got sent off in a youth game.
So this was our summer window last year, because I see it literally earlier today. So Arthur's not here anymore. Ramsey just non-existent. Carvalho's gone on loan, and Nunes got bent for Gakpo. When you look in at our summer window last season, it was poor. And you asked me why I was hot at the start of the stream. That's why.
Bro, you men are normally recruiting well, fam.
Bro, this is why when I said I don't blame Nunes for anything. I blame the money. In that one off. I blame the money spent on Nunes.
Don't keep them waiting, man.
Oh my gosh, man said sent off in a youth game and see a thug as well once because I called Casemiro a fuck. It's like strangling players, bro. That's not allowed. Can't be doing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? GBH and them thing there, man.
You know when I think of youth games sending off, do you not remember Drinkwater's one where he crashed?
Bro, Lallana done the same thing as well, I swear. Lallana.
I remember that, Lallana's the one I remember where he done it.
Why is so? You can't remember, like, they're
no, of course, they're letting out their frustration, bro.
Word, that's literally what it is.
They're vexed that they're even there. They're vexed that
my head.
Yeah, bro, under 21.
You know what it was like? You're not going to laugh. It was like Corey the other day. If you know.
Oh, Corey's just...
Why am I even here? That's why I just going into the young doesn't club.
No, fam, it's not it.
Mattel's still looking baffed. Mattel's like,
you're talking BBB.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Start now. I didn't want to say it later. No, bro, I think when them players there, they revived their career somehow. Like with Lallana, bro, he done up my man. I thought his career was done after that, you know. Remember, Roms? I thought his career was done. Word. And then he come back and he scored the goal against United, bro. Scored against United.
Yeah. Because it's mad. It's the irony. You're in them youth games to maybe the reserves have an objective or whatnot, but you're there to set a precedent. Look, I'm a first team player, set an example, and then you're going there to do that.
You're collapsing kids. Like, that's how it's going to be.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm all for. That's all brazy.
Yeah, bro.
But you know what? It's the ego thing. Don't do that. I'm a Premier League baller. Don't be doing that thing. That's what he's done.
Bro, it's never really like. Oh my days! Sorry, the ice cream.
I was said FSG.
And Robs is killing me.
Robs is having. Bro, everyone wants to get to Rom's door today. I don't understand what's going on.
Ice cream, man.
Rom's having party.
Just there.
Rom's having party today.
Rom's having party. Party at Roms's.
No, bro, this road is just loud, bro. That's all it is. It's proper loud. But you know, what was I saying? You know when first team players go to the youth team as well, yeah. It's not even like it's 2 yellows or whatnot. It's them crunching straight reds or some misconduct where it's just a mad thing, bro.
Yeah, they don't care. You know what? Yeah, they get to a point with them. They're just like, I shouldn't even be here. Like, bun this.
Bro, that's what I think it is. I think it's that. Like, either I think maybe someone might say something cheeky to them, and they may just say, "Nah, f this." Like, I'm first team, you're not. But bro, I don't know. Do these man's wages get deducted if they've dropped to the reserve / under 21s? Like, what happens? Does anyone know? Because to me, you surely can't be getting full first team wages and be playing in the under 21s. Surely not.
I know Man United players do. They still get their first team wage.
Do you know what it is? I think
crazy.
it depends. I think it depends if it's temporary. If you've fallen out of a manager and it's that you're playing there for the next 2-3 months, then maybe. But I can't really imagine it. Once you got a contract, they have to. They have to pay you.
But I don't know. But going back to Fabio Carvalho, he's like a 10/left winger / a player who can play in the 8. I think another thing he's been a victim of.
Useless.
Anyway, another thing, like, you know them men that aren't quite attackers, but they're not quite midfielders. I don't really know. Like, for me, I know he's a 10, but like similar with the issue with Curtis Jones, it's like we didn't know whether to play him in the forward line or play him in the midfield. He kind of wasn't either of them, and it's like difficult when you play in between, and your manager doesn't particularly favor that type of player. So for me, I knew he probably wasn't going to play unless he found a way to play. Like, that ice cream man is loud. Oh my god!
Get me what is it? What's the blue one called?
Double flick, nah. You bubblegum lolly.
Get me original flake.
Rob,
Get me original flake.
Yeah. Man, that's a double thing. Twin.
The chocolate sauce and the strawberry sauce mixed.
The bubble. Give me a bubble.
I'm on top.
You know what it is?
I know you can't have the nuts, but I like the nuts still.
Yeah,
Pause.
Pause.
Wait, pause.
I said I like the nuts.
No, pause.
I'm getting carried away with it.
But obviously, look at if you look at Harvey Elliott and Carvalho, a lot of people, there was a lot of comparisons of Harvey Elliott and Carvalho in the Liverpool squad, and especially with Carvalho coming in looking more technically. I've always said Carvalho is a better footballer than Harvey Elliott in my opinion, but I think Harvey Elliott is more accustomed to Premier League football, if that makes sense.
You said that from the jump, yeah.
Like he's more.
Do you know what it is, Mont? I feel like it's just misprofiling plays because for me, if you look at the Minaminos, the Shakiris, we're now them for Holland and Newcastle, and he had to come here and refine his game. We've been exactly, bro. Like, we've been successful on the clock, 100%. We've won everything, but for me, when you're a technician, it just does not work in this system, bro. It just doesn't. And when I look at Carvalho's stint, everyone knows I'm a big fan of him, right? But the sample size was there for him to succeed once, because remember when we played the 4-2-3-1 in pre-season, and you know we had that game against United pre-season once where it was like 3 different 11s, and he played behind Nunes, and he set up Nunes.
Fair man of violence.
Give me a pistol.
Corey, you know why you can't do that? Yeah? Because it was, I think, on the 90-minute games, every 30 minutes they were changing the 11, and the 11 Carvalho and Nunes was in, we didn't lose. It was literally that first half an hour, innit? And then after that, we played Leipzig, and Carvalho's come on in the 10 member month and set up like 2 of Nunes' goals in the hat-trick. And some of our fans are like, you know what? This could be something for next season, bro. Even let's give you a bigger magnitude game against City, Community Shield. Both teams was fairly strong. Carvalho comes on last 10 minutes, puts him in a 10 behind Nunes. Build up to the goal. So
he scored against City in the cup as well. He did score against City.
Exactly, bro. But
he's had some moments.
What did it for Liverpool fans is his first Premier League start. This, for me, this is more on Klopp.
Against
and I know, bro, against Anana, Gay, and the Korean.
That's like the most physical midfield.
Yeah, we say that.
The most physical.
Say that, but Batatic was here doing scorpion passes, bro, and
True.
dropping shoulders and that. But then again, he's actually a midfielder.
Actually, more central. Yeah.
Carvalho's not a centre mid, and he got put in the 8. That was shocking from Klopp to play Elliott and Carvalho in the 8. That was shocking, man. That's what I mean, bro. That is a howler. But like,
he really thought he had this anything I touched turned to gold dust thing.
Yeah. He thought he had that.
Yeah,
that was a howler. But my thing with Carvalho is that I just felt like he needed to bulk up, because you can have the twinkle toes, but if the twinkle toes ain't decisive, it's not effective
and it's
enough
enough,
and you can get, because for me he just gets bullied off the ball too easily.
Yeah.
Like for me, the reason why I prefer Harvey Elliott is because even though he's not got the same dribbling ability, for me, I'd sacrifice that bit of technical ability to be able to ride challenges like Harvey Elliott can.
A bit more robust,
and be more robust in the game, and that to me just makes more sense, and it shows why he was able to survive in the first team and why Carvalho hasn't been able to survive. And at the end of the day, They've come from a similar setup. They're both not youth players, but they've come from the championship. They've both done well in the championship. There's no
Same
reason why.
club as well.
You know what I'm saying? So, but just to round this off, I know Klopp doesn't play a 10, but if we was to play a 10, Firmino will play while Firmino was still at the club. Firmino
Carvalho's still going to play the 10.
Carvalho is not better than Firmino. He's not.
Yeah.
So, and when we did play the diamond, it was Salah up front with Nunes and Firmino in the 10.
10, yeah.
When we went to that 4-4-2 type.
My point is, I agree with you, but for me, what it was with Carvalho is, bro, I think under 10 minutes of Premier League football from October to the end of the season, and he was not injured. Come on, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You're not even getting.
that's madness.
You're not even getting last 5 minutes of a game. Like
So who was he
ousted
supposed to
him.
play over them? Who was he supposed to play over them? No, I'm just
For
I
me-
think, yeah, go on.
For me, coming off the bench, you would have had to put him either wing, in my opinion. But again, forget the right hand side actually, because Salah's playing the full 90. Then you look at the left, and then this is where you have to ask a question from Carvalho. Even as one of his fans, he wasn't that explosive. And then even that left position, once Diaz came back and starting, if that's like for like sub was Nunes to go there instead of when he came on for Diaz. So you're kind of right in that sense. Who would he come on for? But for me, you would have had to then play him in the wings because our setup, he wouldn't survive in the middle. And then that's why I think in general it was just misprofiling the player, bro. Because when I actually deep it now, I rated him even when I watched him at Fulham. And I know you say the whole bulking up thing, but I slightly have to disagree with that one because how many Championship players have transitioned to the Prem and I've had interviews saying, you know what, the physicality is the same, if not a bit stronger in the Championship. And I saw him do well. I know the levels are different, but in terms of physicality, he survived in that league. Do you know what I mean?
Because if he's going to play centre mid, he needs to be more physical, which he's not. If he's going to play in the 10, then fine, he'll get the ball in the pocket.
Yeah.
Too many times I saw him control the ball and just get barged off the ball, and he's looked at the ref for a foul, and the ref's just gone.
There's many times that even he was
When
playing.
the ref does that one, the play on thing, the play on, the both arms play on. I was seeing that too often.
There was enough times we were on and you would message me like, Rob, your boys are getting flung about. And I can't even say anything. You're just getting bounced.
It's a similar thing with Fabio Vieira. These guys can play football, bro, but unless they bulk up, the Prem's not going to be it for you, G. Unless you find a way to start.
It's actually true.
But there are men that are skinny like that, like Bernardo Silva, but they ride challenges.
Mahrez is a perfect example. He is a twig, but look how elite he is. Do you know what I mean?
But we'll leave that one. We'll leave that one there. Corey and Casey, I believe you guys need to zoom. Is there anything else you guys want to say before?
Hopefully, when I'm next on stream, like he said, we have some Declan Rice news, some good Declan Rice news, not no City news. But and you too, man. I hope Liverpool and Tottenham, get some quality signings. Ethan with the whole Maddison thing going on, and Montel with
whoever,
someone. So it's like just hopefully things improve. You know what I mean? So we can start chatting about what Liverpool's on. Because to me, they're not on nothing.
Yeah, I feel like the whole week we spoke about you, man. Fam.
That's it, bro. Because I'm doing stuff. I'm getting busy.
I kind of thought we'd be looking at Liverpool's defense, but we don't want to do that. That's not a problem. We can just keep on going top heavy as you do.
No, midfield forward.
Corey, hashtag rock and roll.
You guys do what you want. Ethan, hearing Laporte rejected you. You guys can get into that. No problem.
Wait, Laporte rejection. Yeah, that's fine.
You rejected them?
Wait, Corey, didn't Kim and Jay reject you?
No, he didn't reject me.
Oh, he didn't reject me. He's your number one target, of course.
You see the difference. Again, you keep on trying to do this technical stuff, bro. He chose Bayern because they offered him a better salary.
So
they offered him 6, they gave him 9.
All right, cool.
Fair enough.
Cool. So if I ask the girl out, and I don't know, Jay Huss asks the girl out, and she looks at Jay Huss's offer and sees it's more lucrative, and says, and obviously, like she doesn't take my offer, did I get rejected?
No, because initially, if she wanted my offer from before, like it's not like the offers came on the table at the same time. Stop being weird.
You know what? Hashtag copium. Hashtag copium.
My
Yeah,
offer came
yeah,
first.
Corey.
Hashtag that
And then
copium.
later on, the offer came afterwards. She's like, hold a second. This offer's even better. I'm gonna go with this offer instead.
But the thing's
But
not high
initially,
maintenance.
That's still a form. Corey, that's just polite rejection, bro. It's polite
Yeah,
rejection.
bro.
See you later,
The
kids.
gallon's high
See you
maintenance
later,
because
kids.
Kim and Jay's
See you
buyout
later,
was
kids.
40 mil. Kim and Jay buyout was 40 mil, affordable for both. So it's not like I couldn't afford the gal. Me and him can both afford the gal, but his offer is more lucrative. And she chose him, but I didn't get rejected.
No, there's no rejection, TG. It's just miscommunication.
Get off this stream.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
Listen.
that.
Get off.
But
this
peace
stream.
and love, man. Them and everyone
Love,
remember
man,
to
them.
smash the like
Okay, nah,
button as
just
well.
love, no peace, just problems, bro. Bless though.
Peace and love, man.
Bless people. Next. Eve, obviously you guys have signed a new goalkeeper, and obviously Maddison looks like it's between you and Newcastle. Do you think Maddison will need a Harry Kane, or do you think or do you think he can shine without Harry Kane and would be more advantageous with Son?
That's a good question, fam. Do you know what? It will just be interesting to see because obviously Kane started. We saw the emergence of Kane dropping deep when we started playing on the Mourinho and Conte. Eriksen wasn't too heavily involved, so we've kind of relied on Kane for the creativity. And now, with Madders hopefully being the focal point of creativity, it'll be interested to see what happens to Kane, fam. Like, does he drop deep as often? Does he, I don't know, like, does he try to stay up top a bit more? You know, we're going to now play a bit more attacking football, playing as opposition's half, try to dominate the ball. Kane is going to want to be involved in the build-up play. He's going to be one of our most technical players. But, bro, at the same time, I need this guy in the box, bro. If I'm getting chances and getting into the box a lot, I need this guy in the box. But, again, that's one of the interesting things to see. Maddison's one of my favourite players. The guy's flipping hard. He can score a goal himself, finally a set piece taker. I'm just praying this one gets over the line, fam. I'll be real. I'm hearing that Newcastle can't get this deal done because of Tonali, so...
I don't even know why Newcastle are going for Maddison because they bought Anthony Gordon and they bought Tonali and they obviously have Joe Willock. They have Joe Linton. They still have Bruno Gomes, who's just basically for the long run.
Joe Willock,
and I rate Joe Willock, bro. His coming of age is it's been very good.
Stuff, yeah. But they obviously want a different type of creative midfielder, innit, I guess, because they don't really have a 10. They don't have a 10. Someone that
they don't really play with a 10, though, do they?
Yeah, they don't. Maybe they do, but against low block teams, bro, sometimes you need that. You know, you need that player just to open up a bit more, which they don't really have.
To break the lines, obviously, 100%.
Do you think? I think for me, like Newcastle now, they need that explosive winger because I know the first name that comes to people's head is Almiron, but I know the injury was Pete and he come back. But if we're being honest, that goal scoring run was more of a purple patch. He was in the Prem a year or two before that. I think they need that because you'll say again St. Maximin, but he's doing a lot of cryptic tweets and that. From what I've heard, that he's on his way out. But I just feel like they need a goal scoring winger, and you know that market is saturated. It's hard to find an out and out goal scoring winger. Is that can play there and do a job? But I think long term they want him more essentially because Wilson for me has about a year or two left, especially with his injury record and whatnot. I think soon that will be that literal focal point in number 9. So I think Newcastle, their next position they should target is the out and out goal scoring winger. It'll be tough, but you know what I mean. There's a few.
You saying they should prioritize that over a 10 or like a left back or something?
I would say now, yes, because from what I've seen, Tonali, the reason why for me Tonali is a very good signing because he can do that 8 and 10 role for me. Like he's even quite industrious. Like when I've seen him play against Liverpool and I've seen him play against Chelsea and that, he's rough and ragged. He's everywhere, but then he's such a technician and he'll even get a shot off. Even his goal scoring record for Milan, I think he got 6 or 7 league goals. For an 8, that's quite decent. You know what I mean? So. I don't think their fans will know better than me in it, but me from the outside looking in, I think they should go for more of a danger wide man. I think now they signed Tonali with Bruno Gomes. They've got Joe Linton still there, Joe Willock. I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be alright.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Big up RM. I'm not saying he's a 10. I'm saying he can do that role. I've seen him create. I've seen him score. I've seen him split lines. He's not a 10, but he can do that role. I know he's an 8.
He's like a midfielder that can hit that pass.
Yeah. And that's testament to him. For me, he can do. They won't play him as a 10, but he can do that role. I've seen it.
100%. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. And what would you price James Maddison at? Everyone in the chat right now, what would you price out James Maddison right now?
Bro, 1 year left on his contract. Do you know what I like about the situation? But I don't want us to long it out. It looks like Newcastle are calling interest. And for such a talent, I don't know if you might rate Maddison like that, but for such a talent, like it's only really us, bro. It's only us that seem interested. So slap the money, find out how much they value him, test them. I need to see some bids now. I'd say like 40 million, 45, then if you have to, 50, innit?
I was just about to say that because context included, he's in a relegated team, like you said, a year left.
Yeah.
I know I rate Maddison highly, and not to be disrespectful to him, but with everything surrounding it, 45 max. I would even say 50. I know there's not much of a difference, but even 50, I think you can get it cheaper for 50 than 50.
50 should be like a thing where I go in and I bid, and if they don't accept that, I'm pulling out kind of thing. Like
because you're lig in the championship, and forget even the championship. He's got a year left. That shows he has no intention to stay. Do you know what I mean?
We just seen Mount go for like 60 to United, so I shouldn't be seeing with a year left. I shouldn't be seeing any more than that, bro.
Lich.
I mean, I'm looking at a lot of the comments, and I think they're on the same wave as you. Hugo saying 40/50, Pyramid Scheme saying 40, Marcel, pick up yourself, saying 45 as well, Zeno saying 40 mil, Neil Gunner saying 40 mil. As I say, Madders is 50 M's, nothing more, nothing less. Pyramid Scheme saying 50 is stupid, he has a year left. Eric Sevenhow, big up yourself, where he says, don't rate Maddison, his career's been a mess at times. But you'd say that, but look at the numbers and technical ability.
Look at the FA Cup.
Yeah, man. He's done what you can. I think since coming from the championship, he's really been a revelation. I think he's been excellent when he's been fit. It's just that now he needs to make that step up. He can't make the mistake of doing what Harry Kane's done.
I think this is always another thing, I think this is always a measure of a good player. You know when Leicester went in that dreadful run, I think it was 10 games, no win. He was still the one.
Yeah.
Showing up, performing. I don't know if his numbers are good, but the performance was still good. He was trying things. That's always a measure of a good player. When everyone around you is playing bad, you're still standing out. Do you know what I mean? Because once upon a time, that Leicester team was firing on most cylinders. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Bro, what I like about him, he always looks like he's always looking threatening or dangerous. Like, he can always get shot off. Set pieces are rarely poor. And also, one thing I'm worried about is that injury record, bro. There's always, every year, there's some sort of injury, fam.
Yeah, no, it's true still. But like you said, Eve, I just love players that always are looking forward. The minute they get the ball, it's forward thinking. You rarely ever see Maddison pass sideways. I love a player like that.
Positive, bro. It's a big thing. 100%.
I can sly hear this, Hassan. I can sly hear it. I don't necessarily agree, but I see where you're coming from.
Ross Barkley was in his pomp.
When he came on the scene.
Yeah, but the thing is with Ross, though, wrong move, man. Chelsea was just the
Remember
wrong
we
move.
were linked with him once, but obviously they would never send him. I think they just put back then 100 million was mad. I don't think a player had even gone for 100 million. I remember Liverpool linked with him. They said straight away 100 million, nothing more, nothing less. No, nothing less. Sorry, that was 100 million minimum. I don't even know why we even inquired. We're just dumb. like they would really sell him to us.
But this is what I'm saying. So I don't know, man. We'll have to see. Well, that's the stuff for matters. Let's move on now to Timber to Arsenal is nearly done. So, I mean, for a strengthening their squad, I think this is a good move for Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a very good signing. I can't really hate at all. I think we could have done with a Timber.
Bro, Champions League experience. He's depth for the right back and centre back positions. For me, he don't start. And I know it sounds mad. For the money.
He doesn't.
No, but I feel like it's easy just to say, oh, he costs this much, so he has to play. I hate that notion that You can have good depth, you know. I think we're coming into a day and age where you might get a 50, 60 million pound player that is just there for depth. Because that could potentially even be Kai Havertz. So I think for me he's more centre back depth. I can't see Ben White coming out of that team just yet, but I think it's a wicked signing for how much is he touted for? What? 45, 50 M?
Yeah, bro, they started the bid at 30, probably go for like 40, I think.
Yeah, man. I think it's quite a shrewd signing from them. I can't even lie. Champions League experience as well, because some of their fans have been crying, oh, with Partey and Xhaka are both leaving that have Champions League experience. And now they kind of have to get players in that also have Champions League experience. That's why they have it still as well. I mean, he won Chelsea the Champions League, do you know what I mean? I think that's what Arteta and Eddie are looking at now, like, not only bringing in players, remember, they have to juggle 2 comps now. This ain't just a Prem like it was last season. This is 2 big competitions. But, yeah, man, I think it's a good signing for them.
I think he's last year he wasn't great. We played Ajax, at our worst, beat them both times. And he didn't look anything special, but I've seen him the season before that. He looked like a real player. So, like the season before last, he's looking so serious. So I can't hate on the signing. I think it's at a good price. I think just under 50 million for me is about his evaluation. He's a young player. He does have a lot of potential. I don't think he breaks into the DM sort of role for them. I think what they've kind of brought him in for again is that rotation. He can probably play in the Champions League. Because again, when you get rid of Gabriel or Saliba, your next in line is Rob Holding. So they needed a centre back.
That drop off is bro.
They needed a centre back. So even if you think Alexander, even if you think Timber's overrated, bro, he's better than Rob Holding, significantly better than Rob Holding.
Well, you're actually spot on with after Saliba and Gabriel, it literally is Holding now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Holding. I always say Kyrgios in it, but.
Sorry, Kyrgios. And the Tomiyasu he's never fit. Do you know what I mean?
Right. So they need depth.
And Ben White can as well. You know what is the problem with them, yeah? The 2 players that can play that centre-back role are predominantly fullbacks in White.
They needed, though. Ben White is essential to the system to play right-back. So if you go centre-back, who plays right-back? There is no right-back. If Tomiyasu isn't fit and not playing well, what have you got there?
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So
they've actually got to do more than what they think. First, they need to address that midfield area. Then it literally is the back 4. It's crazy.
But that's what I mean. As I said, Arsenal want to be City so bad. Some begs. One thing I'll say about one thing I'll say about Arsenal. With the City thing, don't you think it's a bit scary how they're going for Lavia and Lavia come from Manchester City? That one's even more weird to me.
He's a talent.
Apparently, we're linked with him again, Mons, today. Quite strong links have come out again today. We're linked. Lavia again. I know we were already, but yeah, it's come out again. I can't remember where I saw it, but it's come out again today that we're linked with him. But do you know what it is? At the moment, I know we're on Arsenal, but at the moment, bro, Liverpool are just linked, interested, monitoring, considering, interested. FC, bro, like we're just doing everything, but actually, do you know what I mean? Going for a player.
We've got our signing over the line. I just feel like right now that we've got McAllister over the line, I think Liverpool are trying to be a bit more cautious. Yeah, they're trying to be more cautious. They're being a bit more patient. I'm not really worried. Obviously, we're looking at Kefren Turam. He's playing in the under-21s, so they're waiting. We know that we're waiting till after that to go and get the Turam do over the line. Now it's about what centre back we can go and get, what defender we can go and get, and do we get a backup right winger to Salah, or do we add a? Remember, I don't think we signed 3 midfielders. I think we signed 2 midfielders, and Trent plays midfield. If we stick to the double.
Where's the centre back coming from?
You know what though, Munch? You know why you're spot on. Maybe I need to just chill out again because, bro, there's still a whole 10, 11 weeks left of this window. Like if you deep it, it's only been open 10, 11 days, 12 days. Yeah, so you're right. Maybe I'm guilty of it. Maybe I just want everything now, but I think this is where you would agree though, Mons. Before most clubs' pre-season starts next week or the week after, right? I know it's not it's not realistic because not every club will most clubs won't have their full team before preseason, but it's ideal to have your squad. Imagine having all your signings. It's not realistic, I know, but in an ideal world, imagine having all your signings signed up before preseason, bro. You can literally don't have to worry about outgoings, bro. You can literally just focus on the summer, but that's rare. I wouldn't even say the best teams do that. You always get one or two that come in the last 3 weeks of the window. You know what I mean?
That being said, we did that last season. We brought in like 6-7 man
early, innit?
Yeah, but maybe even like in like whole space of 4 weeks, bro. And then everyone else was just outgoings, and everyone's saying, "Oh, we had the best window. We got our work done." Conte said he wanted to get everything done before preseason started. And then, bro, I feel like some of them were rushed in it. Some of them were panicked. We weren't proactive for the rest of the window. We kind of knew we weren't signing anyone. It's a bit crap, bro. I'll be real, especially when you see bargains popping up. A lot of clubs want to be proactive end of the summer.
But prime example, us and Arsenal with Partey and Partey and Arthur, yeah. I think we both signed them deadline day or the penultimate day. And then Arthur never even played Premier League minute for us. But I remember Partey also got in the last day or the second to last day. Then he has to get up to speed. And then I even think that contributed to early injuries, do you know what I mean? But Zeno makes a good point, yeah. I know it's different for every player, but Zeno says Tonali's playing in the under-21s as well, and Newcastle still signed him. This is what makes me question us, bro. Like,
it's very true.
You know what I mean?
I think maybe, I don't know, that one there probably makes more sense, right? I think if it's a 70 million signing, maybe they've tried to get it over the line now because after they don't want to. They're probably at their absolute limit might have been 70 million. That might have been Newcastle.
Imagine if he has a worldie, because I think they're even one of the favourites doing it. Imagine he has a very good tournament and then it just skyrockets the back of the year.
You look at Kefren Turam, he's being quoted at 40 million euros, and if that goes up, does that even matter? Like if that goes up by what? It matter. Like it's up to 50. Okay, 40 to 50 m's. Whoop-de-doo-dah. Do you know what I'm saying? If a man is 70 m's, then you get that over the line now. So, but at the end of the day, it's a very valid point. Like, why wasn't that done? If other men are spending more, you can still get it done now, you know. And maybe there's probably loads of reasons that we don't know. Maybe we left it too late in negotiations. Of course, it's not something that has been highlighted. Remember, personal terms, I wouldn't even say have been like accepted. We've just been in contact with the player, same with Kone, in contact with the two players, and that's it, man. So it's a very, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's not a delicate situation. It's a situation where we need to be patient with Kefren Turam. We just the priority is clearly to replace the legs that we've lost in midfield. That is the priority right now. And I think we're not in the worst place. I think McAllister is still a good signing. And if I'm honest, if Trent keeps playing like this in midfield, you might have saved ourselves 100 million, man. Realistically.
But then months for me, then we do have to then go and buy an out right back, and then that adds to what we need. That's the only.
Joe Gomez.
Just stop.
Yeah. If we don't buy, we're looking for a defender who can play right back and centre back. So for me, Joe Gomez has been a terrible centre back this season, but he's not been a bad right back.
And I agree, months. I agree, but the problem with that is availability, bro. His injury record is poor. So when he gets injured, then who do we have for that right back?
This season, Joe Gomez's injury record hasn't been as poor as people say. He's just been benched after so many bad performances at centre back. Like when Joe Gomez went right back at Chelsea, defensively sound. A lot of the times Joe Gomez isn't right back defensively.
You're right. It's better. He even had a performance against Forest. I think his first major performance at right back. It wasn't this season. It was in the quad season where I think he even assisted Jota's goal, bro. So most of his performances at right back have been very good, but I don't know. As our start, can I trust him from the start? Because Mont, like he said, his injury record wasn't that bad, but that was probably because he wasn't playing, bro. If he then plays, can you rely on him over 38? I don't know. You do have a point there, though. You do have a point.
That's what I'm saying. Guys, we haven't got much left of the stream. Make sure we smash the like button. We are 10 likes away from 100 likes, people. I know there's more than enough people in here to smash that like button. So stop what you're doing right now, people, and smash that like button. Remember, we're 10 likes away, and subscribe if we're new as well. So again, 10 likes away. Let's bump up those likes, literally just below Rom's. So go smash that like button, people. What was you going to say? Let me just hit some of the comments. I generally believe Gomez is top 5 worst defenders in the Prem. He's a walking calamity. This season, I agree. He's been horrible. I think, is there still a player there? Maybe not at centre back. I'm not quick to forgive what I saw this season. But at right back, I'm not going to fall for the lazy narrative that he's a poor defender overall. At right back, he's been fine.
I agree.
I dare you to play Trent in midfield away at the Emirates or the Etihad. I dare you. We played Trent in midfield against Arsenal and it worked. I believe the reason we're getting midfielders in is to provide protection around Trent. For example, with Declan Rice playing behind Trent, it seems to give him the license to do what he needs to do. If you can accompany a luxury player in your midfield tactically, then that shows elite level tactical management. Pep Guardiola has a few luxury players and he's able to make it work because of the system. So if we can make it work, Trent in midfield can be something that not a lot of teams can deal with. But if it doesn't work, it's just poor tactical management. You need to look at Trent and go, all right, we need to protect him. The legs need to be around him. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying?
I've been saying if he starts in that mid, like you said, we have to facilitate for him if he starts in that midfield position. But one thing I will say, this is where I don't normally agree with Assad, big up Assad, but Assad has a point because it only worked Arsenal's second half once they allowed us to have the ball. I don't know if you remember, first half when they swarmed him, he was very uncomfortable.
He played right back first half though. He played right back first half. He didn't
but in possession of the ball, he then went in the middle and he suffered. We have to be honest.
Yeah, bro. But again, we're looking at the first half and I'm looking at the second half. And again, that's why we have to look at the tactics. Again, if we're playing a team where we're not going to have the ball, then I don't think Trent should play in midfield. He should play at right back. But if we're going to have the ball and be better in possession, then Trent can play in the midfield. That's why we've signed McAllister. He's better on the ball than what we have. You know what I'm saying? He's better on the ball. You got to remember, Fabio and Henderson don't have the legs to keep retaining the ball over and over and over and over and over and over and pressing over and over. We don't have the legs to do that anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? As soon as you get a Gravenberch type of guy, maybe a Thuram and Kone, or one of these guys who can reset the engine in the midfield, I think things aren't as bleak as they look. We still have this. Listen, until we lose the spine of the team, I will not say this Liverpool team is dead and buried underground. Do you know what I'm saying? You still have Salah, you still have Trent, you still have Alisson, you still have BBD, and you still have Thiago. The second that spine crumbles, that's when I start to think, all right, where do we look to next?
Depends. When you say dead and buried, I think it depends. I think you need to be careful when it's like to what extent. Because for me, we're dead and buried in terms of challenging for the league. But if you say we're not dead and buried in terms of a top 4 finish or a challenge, I think with that span, you're correct. We can still mount that mount a top 4 challenge or finish in the top 4 with our span. But even with this span, to then say we can go again and go for the league, even with additions, I don't know about that, man. I'm still not too sure. But kids, completely off topic quickly though, because I don't know much about him, man. I'm assuming you've done your research now. That your new keeper you signed, that what's he like? I had never heard of him. I'll be real. So what's he like?
You know what it is. If he was 23, I would take it. I wouldn't mind it. But this guy, he looks like the unfinished product at 27. All right, that's not that old in keeper's age, but he doesn't excel at anything. He looks like a decent shot stopper. The way our new manager wants to play is playing out from the back, and you need to be comfortable on the feet. Doesn't excel with the ball at his feet, under pressure. You know what I mean? Like, it's a bit of a nonsense signing, considering it looks like a bargain, isn't it?
But is he your number one? Like, is he coming in to be?
There you go, bro. The guy plays for. I'm probably fully dead. They're good. They play the ball. They kind of play possession-based football, innit? But, bro, this guy, fam, it's all of us. He's got a lot to prove to me, innit?
Yeah, me personally, I never heard of him. Still,
Yeah,
I was on that Snoop Dogg thing, and he's like, who? But that first night, I was like, who?
Someone to replace Lloris, bro. Big boots to fill previously.
Dan Griffith said he's a very good keeper. I'm just gonna say.
Fair. I I need to be educated on this one because I don't know who. I didn't even ever heard of his name.
Ryan says we ain't finishing top 4. Jacob says Liverpool not finishing top 4.
Monty, I was quickly just saying before you went, when you said with that spine, we're not dead and buried. I was saying that. What do you mean by dead and buried? As in, I agree with you. As in, we're not dead and buried for maybe a top 4 finish. But in terms of going for the league, do you still think with additions we can go for that league?
Only if we didn't have European football, but we do. So
because basically, we were in a Chelsea position, innit? Hear that?
Yeah. If we'd finish eighth, and sign some players, and only I generally think we'd go for the title. But like with European football, I don't think that's possible. I think I said this last stream. I think we finished comfortably. I think we finished third next season. I think we finished third. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even gonna look at that weirdly because last time I did that with Gunnar said before last season even ended, we're gonna finish third or fourth this forthcoming season, and they even challenged. So, you know, I'm not even gonna turn and cheek that one.
Go on, you say
shoot off in it. Take care, man.
Right, take care, bro. Yeah, we still got another 10 minutes to go. Big up Flawless and the Sarcasm City community who's just trying to come through as well. Ryan only saying we're only signing 3 players: McAllister, Thuram, and Van der Ven. Shit window. I'm very excited for next season. I reckon we finish second or third if no Europe, says Assad. Speaking of keepers, Poch better not keep Arisa Balaga as our first choice. Ethan Maddison is all yours. Hopefully you get him. We prefer Szoboszlai. I'm not gonna lie. I think, by the way, 163 people in the house right now. Make sure we are smashing the like button. We're on 102 likes. Like total today's 125 likes. So make sure we get that target. Dennis the Ray says, I think Liverpool will still get top 4. Roms, where do you think Liverpool finish then? If you think.
I'm going to stick to what I said last time. I still think, even before any signing, I think 5th in the Europa League. But as long as we get back into Champions League, bro, I do believe, I know some people think we don't, but I think we win the Europa League. I just get that feeling. Even if Seville drop into it, a lot of people think Klopp's not going to take that seriously. I just feel he will put out a strong enough side to get us far in the competition. Then he'll start taking it seriously. And I think we win that. But I just think there's 4 teams in the Prem that are... I think we're better than United, Mons. That's me being honest. I do honestly believe we're better than United. But it kills me to say it. I think this takeover does get completed. And I think top 4 pretty much stays the same. I think we finish 5th in Europa League as it stands right now. But if you ask me that at the end of the transfer window, depending on who we bring in, depend on what other teams bring in and out, you never know. But as of now, 5th and a Europa League. I think that's our season next year.
I think we're better than a lot of teams in the head-to-head. I think in the head-to-head, the only team that's better than us is Man City. But I think in terms of playing every other team in the Premier League, I believe we're about 4th. I think United are a little bit ahead of us because of their home record. If they have their 2 starting centre-backs. I think Arsenal have gained that sort of... They just know how to win games now, which can really be good for them going forward in terms of putting together winning runs. And of course, you've got Manchester City. So I think we sit 4th. I think Chelsea still have a lot of gelling to do. So just to say they finish 2nd or 3rd is absolutely ludicrous to me. I think they challenge for top 4, but 2nd or 3rd is ludicrous to me. But
I'm big up Flores. No, Assad, I'm rating Chelsea, bro. But for it to gel in a year, like, you will get better. You can't be any worse than your previous season. I agree with you, Assad, in that respect. But to finish top 4, I still think that's a bit too much for Chelsea. But who knows? It could be wrong. Listen, you lot are dangerous out of Europe. I think last time we went in Europe, you went on and won the league. But I still think top 4, like once said, I still think that's too much of a jump, man, for next season, even without Europe. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean?
I can't head-to-head Arsenal beat you at Emirates. You win at Anfield. I don't think Arsenal even beat us at the Emirates. I don't.
But this is why I want
the 3-2 win did not convince me. It didn't convince me.
Mons, this is why I wanted Kiers on today, because bro, the way he's like, oh, we beat you this season. The first time in how many years, and he was giving it the B's and knees, like, chill, man. And it was a 3-2 win and a last-minute goal. And we still could have got a penalty. Remember Jesus on Thiago? Like, they didn't convincingly beat us. I don't know why they think that. Even against you lot, Flores, the United win and Liverpool win at Emirates were very similar. They didn't whitewash none of us. It wasn't like it was a battering.
Yeah, like they deserved that. They to score the last minute goal. They deserve the win. But yeah, if Nketiah doesn't score there, we're talking a whole different thing.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, I get what you say.
And in our case, it was a late Saka pen, so they deserved the win in both games. But some of their fans acting like, yeah, we wiped the floor. It was a comfortable. Nah, chill out.
It was Jurgen Klopp who won Arsenal that game, innit? That it was Jurgen Klopp. Like the whole Henderson right wing team taking off Salah. That's what it was, bro.
No, literally.
Flawless, what are you telling me though? How are you, bro? We are closing out in a second, but how are you?
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. Big up for having me. Always good to be over here. Large up Rums as well. Man said giving it the B's and D's. That's mad funny, yo. I'm gonna use that. That's mad funny.
You should have heard Piers yesterday, bro. That man came to the stream in the chat, waiting for him, bro. He was speaking, man.
Giving it the B's and D's and that. But yeah, what you man talking about? Who? What was it? What was the question? Someone asked where Chelsea can finish. Is that it?
No, I think Mons was saying he
kind of top four. Was looking at the top four. I believe Liverpool finished third next season. I think United finished fourth. I think Arsenal finished second. I think City finished first. But I think it's not like I think Liverpool can still finish. I think United and Liverpool are at a similar level at the moment.
I think it's so much, and I've said it before. It's so window dependent. Because I think all the teams behind Manchester City are all in the same boat where they're 3-4 good players away from going up like numerous levels. And then on the flip side, they're 3 or 4 bad additions or letting the wrong players go from dropping down. I don't think there's much in between those teams type of thing. That's how I'm looking at it. Because with Arsenal, currently, like, who's their midfield? Xhaka's gone, right? Man, why are you laughing? Like, I'm just saying, see, you're a bad guy, bro.
No, because I didn't think of it like that.
Who's in there? This is the thing we need to discuss.
Don't say that because last stream when I was trying to move press resistant, I said McAllister's a better signing than Kai Havertz right now on paper.
Oh, without doubt.
And these man and then Casey and kids were like, why?
What do you mean why? You know why? Like we all know why. We gotta stop this shit in it. I understand being tribal in particular on this channel. I get it. I'm tribal, 100%. Of course, we all biased towards our teams, but like, and then there's some things you can't defend. Like, so Xhaka and Partey haven't left yet, but is Xhaka not on his way out? Is he not?
Yeah.
Like in the chat, let me know.
Even Partey to Juve, I think that's not done, but it's looking more likely.
He's a number one priority.
Okay, but let's say keep them. So let's say Xhaka and Partey's there. Havertz don't improve their 11. They've stood still.
Yeah.
They've stood still. They've made a signing and you've not gone backwards, or you've not, depending on how he gets used.
But I've said this on about 5 streams now. I said, bro, I said your midfield quality is here. It's a good level back here right now. Super consistent. Partey, Odegaard, Xhaka, super consistent. Yeah, you've got rid of Partey. If Partey leaves, it drops to here.
It drops. Yeah.
If Xhaka leaves, which he's looking to leave, it drops to here. If you go and get Rice,
experience as well.
If you go to Rice, it then goes up to here.
It goes back.
If you go get Lavia, maybe it goes to here. So where's the progress? Like this much? Because what you're doing is you're not adding to the squad, you're replacing. And the key to catch your rivals is to add, not to replace. If you replace, that means the people that come in have to be better than what they've had.
Yeah, you add quality.
Which now means they have to hit the ground running. If they don't hit the ground running, they don't maintain the same standard that Partey and Xhaka were putting in.
That's fair.
Do you know what? I think of sport. I've been saying to us, man. I think Xhaka, he's been there long. I think he can go. But for me, if you want to go that next level, you have to keep Partey and add another 2 midfielders on top of that. When I say 2 midfielders, this is excluding Havertz. You need to then go sign another 2, a Rice and someone else, because
man said excluding Havertz.
No, it is because, brothers. I think I've said to you last stream when the last stream I was on with you. I do rate Havertz, but it doesn't necessarily make sense for Arsenal. The only thing I do agree with what some of their fans are saying.
Go on.
Arteta has signed players that were written off before they even got to the club. In your Ben White's, in your Ramsdale's a bit different because he's a keeper. But in your Ben Whites, there was another example someone else used, and he has made players that have been down and out. He's been able to progress them. So I'm not completely writing that out, but for me, the reason why the habit still doesn't really make sense, because at first I thought it did make sense, but the more I deep it, he's a failed false 9 for the last 3 years. Let's be honest. Then even an 8 and a 9 have not the same, before anyone jumps to me, but are similar qualities in regard that you have to drop into the central area of the midfield and make something happen. We've seen the case study at Chelsea. He can't even do that. And 8, you've got more responsibility, because that's where I think they're probably going to play him. It just doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense because he has more defensive business. He has more defensive responsibilities when you're playing as an 8. He can't even do his job offensively. He has nothing. It's a horrific signing. And you know how you know it's a horrific signing? Take whoever, biggest Arsenal content creator, whoever you think that is, whoever it's Troops, whether it's League Gunner, the season ends. The day the season ends, one of those two that I just mentioned in Troops or League Gunner does a live stream or does a video pre-record and say, Arsenal need to go and sign Kai Havertz to take him to the next level. What are the comment section going to be on that video? What are the responses on social media going to be on that video? That lets you know where it's at. Just because Arteta wants him, don't mean it's a good idea. Same way with me, and I've said the same thing about Mason Mount. Because if I did a live stream, the day after we lost the FA Cup final, I did a live stream on my channel and said, yes, to take us to the next level, you know who Manchester United need to go get? Mason Mount. People would have told me I was on drugs. I don't know what I'm talking about. But because Ten Hag wants him, all of a sudden it's a good idea. Yes, the managers we're talking about are much more knowledgeable than I am and we are. But not every idea is a good idea. It's a horrific sign.
And I hate how people act like we can't have an opinion just because we're not coaches. From the start of time, from when football started, managers have got signings wrong.
Facts.
Mourinho, the greats have got signings wrong. You're not going to get every signing right.
Pep signed Claudio Bravo. Pep signed Claudio Bravo.
Exactly.
Like, what are we doing here? I
swear he was even Hart's successor.
He was after Hart. Yeah. And then he got Edison. So like, let's not do this. And I don't like the people. Let's wait and see. Because on the flip side, let's say Arsenal went and signed Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, and we was all sat here on this video right now, on this live stream right now, and said, "Oh, we have to wait and see. We don't know if they're going to be good signings." People will be like, "You man are hating. How are you going to say they're not going to be good signings? Look at the level of the player." Like, let's not act like we don't prejudge players depending on if they're great or if they're terrible. Havertz is awful. We know Havertz is awful. We've all watched him. Like, what are we doing? So forget it. And I keep the same energy with Mason Mount. Average at best.
You said it from the jump.
It's not a good signing.
G killed me. He said Mourinho signed Kesman. Even Mutu was supposed to be this amazing winger from Romania that come in and supposed to set the Premier League alight. And that's what I mean. I hate that, because that's been the notion of recent. Oh, you don't know more than Arteta, or just Arteta signing him, he knows what he's doing. It's like managers can get it wrong. They're human. You know what? You know the best example? Us Liverpool fans. When we were saying at the start of last season we need a midfielder, Klopp said, how dare they? They're moving spoiled. Then halfway through the season he come out and said, you know what, I was wrong. This is what I mean. Like, managers get it wrong. Managers get it wrong.
Like, people act like they don't. Like, let's not act like I can see like, oh, let's wait and see if it's a youngster. Someone's 18, 19, 20. We've watched Havertz in the Premier League. We've watched Mason Mount in the Premier League. Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying in that? Like, it's not good. And that ties back into what we're saying about Arsenal is Havertz don't improve their first 11. What are we doing? I even think he improved their bench.
He needs to go abroad, because Flores, I know you're saying he's off for that. For me, I'm not going to change just because he's now going Arsenal or everyone's on him. My opinion, I do rate Havertz, but just not. It's just not for this league now, man. I've been saying go abroad, reignite your career, but
Dan Griffith, makes sense. Just take the comments. Dan Griffith said, what bro just said about replacing instead of adding is what I've been trying to tell, man. It's not hard to figure out. I said it, again, it's prime examples of Premier League winners. You go back, the only Premier League winners in the Premier League in the last 5 years have been Liverpool and City. City have been adding and not replacing for the longest now. Of course, some players will leave, but it's about adding and replacing. City lost Aguero. They replaced him with Haaland. It's a season later, of course.
That's a crime, you know. Sorry to cut you, once. A man cried on TV. We cannot replace him.
Yeah, and then replace him.
You see,
then we can't replace him, but then put De Bruyne in false nine. But just going forward the year, they went and got Haaland, and then they also added Alvarez to that. They added Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? They added Alvarez to it, and then they also got Grealish because obviously it's Sterling leaving. That is replacing and not essentially adding. But for me, it's added quality on top of the quality they had. Probably a better example would be having Kyle Walker and still signing Cancelo. That is a prime example of adding as opposed to replacing someone with just at a similar level. You know what I'm saying? Another example is signing Mo Salah when Mane just was the player of the season at right wing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? We had Coutinho, Firmino, and Mane. Perfectly fine front three. We go and sign Mo Salah. Everyone's like, even I said it. Why are you signing Mo Salah? Mane's just been player of the season. Player of the season at right wing. Why are we signing him?
Then look at that once. Then 2 back-to-back Champions League final. It's
right. Mane gets
about being proactive. You know what I'm saying? It's about being proactive. You don't wait for a player to like fall off or not be at the standard to then go get. No, the replacement should already be there.
We brought him in. He dropped Coutinho from left wing to left centre mid. Put Mane left wing. Put Salah right wing. Yeah. Now you have discussing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's and that is an example of adding and not just replacing. You know what I mean? So it's not always. It's hard. It's not easy to do to add and not replace. Because again, what that does is that results in major trophies. That's what that does when you're able to do that successfully. But at the end of the day,
you've only got to look at. As much as I hate your club flaws, you've only got to look at Fergie. That even when City won their first league, right? People going like that United team weren't capable of winning it. They lost it on goal difference. What does Fergie say? No, let me just get Arsenal's number 9, Arsenal's best player who's just finished top goal scorer. Let me just add that final piece in. Yeah, you win it at a canter the next season. It's just, do you know what I mean? That Havertz still for Arsenal just don't make sense. Whatever way you look at it, and that's why I agree with you, Flo. Some of these Arsenal fans are trying to justify it. Like I said, if you would ask them at the end of last season, they were all grilling him. They would have. I hate this notion. You just have to back a player the minute they come to your. No, don't work like that. Still, don't.
Especially when you've got ample evidence. It's not like Havertz they're signing him from Bayer Leverkusen. He's in the Bundesliga. We're not watching him week in, week out. I always back my manager on that in regards to if it's a player from outside the league, cool. Or even if it's a player inside the Premier League who has certain attributes who maybe, like I said, are younger. So it's like, you're 18, 19, 20, 21, can improve. We watch Havertz. We've watched Mount. You can pretty much gather their ceilings. We're like, what if they come and ball out and prejudge? But like I said, we don't do that for quality players. Like I said, if Mbappe lands at Arsenal and we sat here right now on his live stream and said, we're unsure if that's a good signing.
No, you like, just know, innit?
Yeah, you just know because he's of a certain quality. Like, we're going to prejudge. Now, it could go right or he could play well or he could perform poorly. But we all prejudge on players that we've watched and that we've watched these, man. Like, what are we doing here? This is terrible. But that's their look. I'm just interested to see where they play him. I got a feeling they're going to play him in midfield.
Same. Because for me, you know what people don't understand? Again, there's this notion, Arsenal need this 9 and I get when their fans say this because the amount of times they saw Jesus maybe bottle a 1-on-1, but I think a lot of their fans will agree on the flip side. Goal scoring ain't their problem, bro. When Jesus does that, kind of similar to us when we have Firmino, Mane, and Salah. When he drops in, and then Martinelli and Saka can make them inverted run. Goal scoring was Arsenal's problem last season. Goal scoring was at all. And for me, don't fix what's not broken. Yes, Jesus might not be the most prolific, but that front three are still banging goals. Do you know what I mean? So I agree with you, Flawless. I think Havertz then, for me, the only place he's then going to play is that left centre midfield role for Arsenal, and it just won't work. Because like you said, you then got defensive responsibilities and he ain't built that.
He's got no defensive awareness. The physicality's not there. It's not like he's going to cover ground and press. It's not like he's clever and he'll play the ball around the corner. It's not like he's physical. He's not like he's quick. He's not like he's super strong. Like, he gives you, it's just an awful.
Do you know what? Yeah, big up Lewis, because Lewis, whatever stream I've seen Lewis on, he goes to people. Cool. The people that think he's a good player, cool. You say he's good. What's he good at? And then the other person just throws their like they're trying to think what.
Talk about extra shit. Or he was Chelsea's top goal scorer. Or the team around him.
I'll be real. I used to be one of them guys.
Yo, you don't have to make excuses for good players.
Yeah.
Because I have the same thing with my fan base with Bruno. It's all the teams around.
Same thing with Nunes.
I was just about to say that. When Mons asks you what's good with Nunes, I'm there going on so many different stuff.
Yeah, look who it is. Big up Chief, by the way.
This is another one you get as well. And I'm sure Mons would have heard this as well. Is, who can we get who's better than him? I'm saying who's available in the market. That's another thing man gets all the time. It's like
Bro,
there's other players out there.
I already said, yeah. I know Arsenal fans. I know Arsenal. Some Arsenal fans and Man United fans are seething when they saw Tonali go to Newcastle for 10 mil more than what you man are about to get Mount for, and what Arsenal about to pay for Kai Havertz. Man are going and get Tonali with a little bit more money. That to me, heartbreak. I'd be seething. I'm saying, bro, you're signing Mason Mount when them man over there just grabbed Tonali.
Just signing Mason Mount is enough, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Man told me Kai Havertz is a better signing than McAllister.
Yeah,
Bro, when Keir said that, bro, I was fuming. I was like,
Keir, another Keir special.
Yesterday, bro.
Is it yesterday? Hey, Keir's got them, man. Keir's got there's that. There's Odegaard can do things, Neymar can't, and he said another one as well. I forgot. He's got another one.
He said so many, bro. There could be a compilation on Keir's takes, bro. And literally, it'll be about 20 minutes long.
But listen, people, we are gonna end it there. Make sure you guys smash the like button and make sure you go over to Chelsea Fan TV after this and catch some Chelsea news. We are now exactly halfway towards 4,600 subs, and we literally hit 4.5 not too long ago. So that's how you know the support has been staggering. Make sure you go and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. I believe on the cusp of 7K.
Yeah, we're like 15 away from 7K. So
yeah,
so
you
know what I'm saying.
Again, people, make that happen. That's a massive milestone, you know what I'm saying? So we want that to happen as soon as possible. Big up KLFC, who's just joined as a new member. Honestly, Ed, Solo, Dennis, Rums, who's in here as well. Beijing Reds, Snake Eyes, D1, NDT, Joe, and Aiden Andrews as well in the membership. People, make sure you tune in. I'm not sure if we'll be live tomorrow. You know, Big Six Bands aren't really live on a Saturday, but again, we should be live on Sunday, 7:30, same as always, every Sunday. So please make sure you subscribe. Make sure if you're watching this back, smash the like button. Support everyone that we're working around. Big up the comments. Big up Solo. Big up UK Julie for the super sticker that he was donated today as well. Big up Kevin. MSAR saying Tonali is better than Rice. Tonali for me is like the Italian version of Rice. Like he's like,
what's his profile? Because I don't know enough about Tonali like that. Who would you say is
like
the profile?
He's like 5'11". He's more of a warrior than a technician. The technician that people make him out to be. He's still good on the ball. For me, he's very good at a lot of things. He's good at a lot of stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Troop, so I didn't even see this comment. Troop says Wenger signed Francis fucking Jeffers, man. Man, get it wrong.
Man signed. He signed.
I don't even know who that is.
You know what? He's a striker they signed from Everton. Awful striker. Yeah.
What era is this? Like, obviously, around when they were good.
Early 2000s, I think. Early 2000s, late. Yeah, was it late 90s, early 2000s? In between that, it might have crossed over. But yeah, he was awful. They signed him. They also had a centre back they signed as well. Who was horrific. Oh, what's his name?
Was that Seagan?
Troops will know him. There's a centre back they signed when we beat them 5-1 who was awful, but I can't remember his name, and that was horrific. Troops will know though. But yeah, managers get it wrong. Wenger did. Fergie got it wrong. Klopp has. Mourinho, Prime. You know what I'm saying?
Calvin Ramsey. Everyone gets it wrong. Pep signed Calvin Phillips. Pep signed Calvin Phillips. We all get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I guess there's still time for him to come good. But you know what I mean. Big up RM, RJ, Jacobs. Obviously, big up Troops. That's family there as well. Big up Daniel. You know what I'm saying? Big up Neil Gunner in the house. Big up Jordan Brown as well. And big up Solo as well. Big up people. It's been another episode of Big Six Bands. Hope to see you guys soon. Hopefully on Sunday. If massive news does drop tomorrow, probably find me live. Probably going to happen. Not going to lie. Big up Rums. Appreciate you for jumping on. And obviously Flawless. Admin Manham as well. Ethan Casey. And of course, big up Kate as well. Take care, Pete. We'll see you in the next one.